All right, welcome back to another tutorial. It is Sarah here, and in this video, we're going to talk about how to make sure that your automations through your Wix website are turned on and also that they're functioning not only in your dashboard area, but I'm also going to show you how to go in and check that in your Wix app because we want to make sure that the automations are functioning and that you have access to all of this so that you can not only connect with your potential clients, but it's also going to help your conversions. Okay. So, first things first, what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and log in here to your Wix dashboard. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the automations tab. Okay, so that's going to be on the left-hand side of your dashboard in the Wix Studio. When and if this is changing in the future, it might look a little bit different. I know that they're launching the Harmony platform, which, let's not talk about that, okay? Okay, Wix, if you're watching, just the studio is awesome. We need to keep the studio. Sorry, not sorry, but okay. Anyway, now if the layout changes, I always tell you guys, you can always go ahead and go up to the search bar and type in automations, and that's going to bring you up to the right spot that you need to be in your dashboard. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is you're going to go ahead in here and, for example, the particular automation that I'm looking for is I'm looking for when somebody submits an inquiry. Now, whether you're on your own Wix website or whether you are going through my 6-figure swipe site course, that is the course where, and by the way, if you're not and you want to build a conversion forward Wix website, that is going to be the tutorial for you because that's what we do. We have people submitting their info so that you can convert your customers or your browsers into buyers. So we have to capture that lead. Okay, so what we're looking for here is if you want to actually get notified when someone is doing this, we want to go in and we want to click on edit. Now that's going to bring you up to this page. You're going to see what happens when a form is submitted. It's going to send the email. And what I want you to do is we're going to click on this bottom trigger. And what's really cool, by the way, is if you work with workflows, if you're in like Go High Level or if you're in ManyChat, the really cool thing is that this Wix screen is going to look really similar to that. So we love that. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way down to the bottom and we're going to see that it says set recipients. This is where you're going to go ahead and click on this right here. This is gonna say, okay, who's receiving the notification? In this case, it's you, okay, or whoever else is managing your website. So you're gonna go down to roles and permissions and click on the roles here. So obviously, if you're the site owner, you want to go ahead and click on the owner. Now, this happens to be inside of a client site, and so I set her up so that in the future, if she has like an admin or a back office manager or customer relations, I selected those roles as well so she doesn't have to worry about going and doing that in the future. As always, we're going to go ahead and click on apply. And then, very important, y'all, you've got to click on publish changes in the upper right hand corner. Okay. All right. Now, this is the fun part. The next thing we're going to go in and do is you're going to download the Wix app right here, not the Spaces app. That's trash. Sorry, Wix. You're going to download the Wix app right here. If you haven't done this already, this is going to be your best friend. Okay, you're going to love it. All right, so what we're going to do next, by the way, look at this. This is my client site. I don't want to show you too close. She's getting orders. We just launched her ad campaign yesterday. I think she's had 2 sales now, which is like, it's so exciting. I love that for her. Okay, so what we're going to go in and do, and we are going to, first of all, open up to your site page right here. So it should say, now I'm on my client site right here, but it's going to say your name, and this is going to look, I think it's going to be opposite. So your name is in the upper left-hand corner, and I want you to click the bell in the upper right-hand corner. Okay, this is how we're going to make sure that you're getting these notifications. So click on that bell. and then go ahead and click on the 3 dots right here. Once you have those 3 dots, it's going to say manage notifications. Click on that. Okay. Make sure all of the notifications are turned on, the ones that you want to get anyways, because why wouldn't you, right? So, hey, do you want to get notified when you have a new customer or, all these things? Yes. So turn all of the notifications on. Okay. And I forgot to show you the last thing in the dashboard, by the way. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to exit this. The last thing, where was that? Settings. Okay. Settings in the dashboard. I believe that's where it was. So if we go to settings, let's see. I think it was underneath of there. Excuse me. General. Okay. Yep. There it is. Okay. And so the last place that you want to make sure that you have this turned on. Okay. So go to the settings. We're going back to the dashboard. Sorry, you guys. ADD squirrel brain. Okay, so you've turned all the notifications on your app. Very good. We're heading back to the dashboard. Click on settings on the lower left-hand side and scroll down to the communications and notifications tab. This one right here, notification preferences and also inbox settings. You're going to want to go set those two up. So right here, when I click on notification settings, this is where you can choose the notifications that you get. So you're going to want to turn on enable notifications for the site. I also like to turn this on since this is my client site. I have that off for myself. But when you go in there, you're going to want to turn that on. You can see here, you can customize this right here. So if somebody's purchasing stuff, you can turn all these notifications on. And then here for the emails, customize. This is where you can customize which emails you receive through the Wix site. Okay. Now, if something is happening and you are not getting notified, I would troubleshoot this first. Make sure that you have all of the notifications set up, that they're going to the right spot. The next thing I would check would be to check your roles on the site, because sometimes people have like the wrong email listed for the role. Like they assign themselves a collaborator role and they don't have the right email listed. The next thing that you can troubleshoot, and by the way, if you don't have my Brandy GPT is like my brain for Wix, and she can help with all of that. So there is a GPT dedicated specifically. She's for the six-figure swipe site students. If you want access to her outside of that, I'm happy to give you access. Obviously, it's paid access because I put a ton of time into that, but she can answer all of your questions as well. Or you can just try Chat GPT regular. Like I would go in and I would ask Chat and say, hey, this isn't working. All right. And then they can troubleshoot why for you. But a lot of the times, if it's not working and you've checked all of the regular things, go in and make sure that your email, especially if it's a business Gmail, is verified at the domain level. So if you have any issues, that's what I would do to troubleshoot. But in a nutshell, that is how you turn all of the notifications on for your site so that you're getting notified when you have a lead or a sale or a buyer or somebody opting in or doing all of the really cool things on your site. Now that you are setting up your automated attraction system and you're converting sales while you sleep. So congratulations. Let me know your feedback, takeaways, questions, all of the things. If you need anything else, by the way, you can always request a video down below. You can check out my free resources. And if you're not yet already and you want to learn how to build the website, go ahead and hop into our six-figure swipe site, because that's exactly what I do. So go ahead and check all the info down below, and I will see you in the next video.